Yo, t.rex here! Today we are finally getting the season 2 of GENNDY TARTAKOVSKY'S Primal, analyzing everything that's going on into the first episode. So without further ado, get comfortable in your chair, grab some popcorn, grab a drink, because you are watching Primal News. Roll the intro! GENNDY TARTAKOVSKY'S Primal Season 2 Episode 1, The Sea of Despair. And oh boy, was I in despair when I watched this, because it was so goddamn good. Like, can we start admiring how good the visuals are? Like, it's been so long since we've watched season 1, and that was a blast, that was a total blast, and I never thought this show is gonna go the way it went now. With season 2, we get a new storyline about Spear and Fang trying to get to Mira and save her, because yeah, a new friend, and Spear finally found someone to make a family with, and there's a lot of twists and like so much going on, dude. I don't know where to start from. So we start with episode 1, which is the following of the episode 10 from season 1. With the slave of the scorpion or something like that, where Spear and Fang just stood there on the shore, raging toward the sea, watching that Viking boat. Apparently those are Vikings that kidnapped Mira. They were mad. Mira was taken. Spear was the most devastated one, so of course he tried to swim after her and swallow like half of the ocean. They couldn't do anything. Like, there was an ocean. The ocean is dangerous. We've seen what kind of creatures can lurk into the deep, and yeah, the next thing Spear did was to build his own raft, his own boat to go after Mira. So he took that axe from the ape man's, and he went madly attacking the trees, taking them down. And Fang just stood there, like, she analyzes the situation. She realized Spear is mad at the trees for some reason, and she went just there helping out, you know, taking down trees and be like, look, I did something to help. Is this good enough? I like how Fang gets more and more intelligent and more personality along the show, dude. There's so much character development going on into this. Like, they don't understand each other just by growling and screaming at each other now. They just understand each other from like looking at them, you know. They stare at each other and things like that. They analyze each other and they understand the situation they are in, the emotions and everything. Even though Fang is a dinosaur and you cannot really put emotions like facial expressions on a dinosaur because it doesn't really make sense, it doesn't really work, you can actually feel what's going on in her head and how she feels, and we'll talk about that later in episode 2. But for now, they just took down some trees. They spent the whole day like gathering logs and building a poorly made raft, and Spear just tied them up with some rope. Once the raft was on water, he tried to get Fang in there, but like, she was scared, dude. She didn't want to go there. Like, the sea is no joke, and she knew better because she got attacked by that Chronosaur Pleurodon thing, and she got a good scare out of that. She didn't want to go there again. But then Spear remembered that Mira used some like worms to lure Fang into a cave up a hill in the episode 10. So he did the same thing and it worked pretty well. But then Fang realizes that she's floating away from the shore, and she just looked at Spear and was like, are you crazy, dude? What the hell are you doing? Do we even know what's in there? Do we even know where we're going? So her danger instinct just activated, but like, it was too late to like go back. So they kept on going. They catch a nice wave. They have some like very cinematic shots on the sea, and then like after like a few minutes, the raft stopped because they have no like they have no way to like propulsion themselves forward, so they got pretty much stuck in the middle of the ocean. So Spear started paddling by itself, pushing the boat with a goddamn Tyrannosaur in it, and towards the evening he got kind of you know, tired, because swimming is hard, and pushing a goddamn raft with a dinosaur in it is not the best thing ever, even for a caveman that's so beefed up. So Fang just realized that Spear is tired and everything, and she just become the engine of the boat, dude. Like, she went there and she started like using her tail to paddle. And it was so cool. So during the night, this was beautiful, dude. The night was amazing. Like, that meteor shower, like lighting them up in the dark, dude, and the water, the transition between water and like sky there with the jellyfishes going underneath. That was so good, dude. And it was cool because Spear and Fang were asleep. They didn't know what was going on. They have no idea that they are on such a wonderful place. kinda, because everything that's nice has a bad twist at the end. But then some whales made their appearance, like some spermers or something like that, they made their appearance, and Spear and Fang were really confused because they never seen something like this. Spear looks into the water and see that big thing going underneath their raft, and their first reaction was to just scream at it, like to try to look intimidating, like having an intimidating display or something like that, just to like defend themselves, because they were confused. They didn't know what's going on. You could see clearly in their eyes that they had no idea what the hell is going on and what they got themselves into. So the whale passed away, the night passed away, then the next day, there's where the problem starts, because you're on the sea, you don't have any water, you don't have any food, obviously you don't have any supplies. So the sun started to become a problem. They got sunstroke, dude, and like they were cooking alive in there. So after a while, like they got hungry as well. So Spear just went swimming, trying to find some fish or something. But the only problem was that there was nothing in water, dude. And this is where my thalassophobia activated. After I played so much Subnautica and games about deep waters and stuff like that, I don't want to go in there. And my dude just went in there blindly. He didn't find nothing. There was just water all over the place. There was an abyss of water and nothing else. And at the end of the day, he just gave up. But then the miracle happened, and some big turtle made its appearance, like an archelon or something like that, just made its appearance, and Spear just went for it, dude, and they had an underwater battle. It was also cool. I didn't expect the turtle to fight back so much, but then Spear like tried to guide the turtle to the surface just to use Fang's power to kill that turtle, and when they break the surface, Fang just used her massive bite force to like crush the turtle's head and just pull it on the raft, dude. And they faced on turtle flesh for a good while in the sun. I don't know how good turtle flesh is, but they didn't seem to enjoy it. So to fight back the sun and the heat and everything, Spear just decided to use some bones and the shell of that turtle to make a little shelter. And it worked pretty well. It was pretty ingenious. So the time passed by. I guess there was this happened like in a span of like 2-3 days, because you cannot last for too long without water. So I assume this was taking place in like 2-3 days on the sea. But then this is what happened, dude. Like flying fishes come out of nowhere, dude, and Spear and Fang were amazed by that, and they started catching a lot of fish, and then some little Dankalastiuses, like fish, like bony fish, just jumped after the flying fish, and it was so crazy, dude. And then out of nowhere, some like pterosaurs made their appearance, like some ornithocurius or whatever those things were, Tropagnatus or something like that, made their appearance catching the fish. Slight sign that they were kinda close to some sort of land or something like that, where those birds were making their nest or something, I don't know. But they kinda had a conflict on the raft in the middle of the ocean, where the waves started to get kind of violent, and then out of nowhere, dude, like the worst thing ever happened. Like a huge megalodon made its way through them. Like, dude, that was so terrifying watching. Like you're on a tiny raft, and then a huge shark comes towards you, dude. That was so cool. Like when that wave rises up and the megalodon just comes out and grabs that pterosaur and then it just falls on the raft, and it just shatters it. It was so crazy, dude. I love that bit. As much anxiety as it gave me, it was so cool. But after that, everything was ruined. They didn't have any place to go. They didn't have anything to defend themselves against the shark. They were on a new ground, and like that thing, dude, just swallowed Spear whole, and he just was lucky enough to find one of those pieces of wood that he has his raft made of, and then he took it, he stabbed the shark inside his mouth, and then he got away. But then that shot when he tried to catch Fang, to that was horrifying, I swear to God. But that was so cool at the same time. For the big scene when like the shark just broke the surface and threw Spear in the air, and he got that big stick and then just poke the shark into the air, you like use it as a spear, and just, dude, this is how you realize Spear has a very good aim, and he's very good with his tools. He just threw that right into the shark's, the megalodon's eye. That thing just was scared away. He was like, no, I'm not dealing with this anymore, and he went away. And then the sea started to become more and more violent. They separate them, and Fang went in a direction, Spear went in another direction, and Fang ended up on these shores all alone. She was scared, she was confused, she was searching for Spear, but there was nothing. We didn't get a shot of Spear in that episode for a reason, because in episode 2 they had a more complex thing going on in the second episode. So this was more about Fang in a way, because they tried to open a portal towards the episode 2 where there was so much going on for Fang in there. That was so good, dude. Oh my god, dude, this show, they don't make things like this anymore. It's amazing. But yeah, Season 2 episode 1, the Sea of Despair, dude, is literally so good. Like, it's top-notch quality. Genndy Tartakovsky didn't play around when he made this season 2, dude. Like, they wanted to go over the board with these things, and they succeeded. So many cinematic shots, they had so many good moments, and like, they set up such a good mood, dude. Like, you didn't know what's going to happen. You feel kind of relaxed, but at the same time you feel kind of in danger, because the main characters were on a were somewhere, dude, in a prehistoric sea with a lot of creatures and a lot of things going on, like storms and stuff. Dude, you didn't know how to feel. Like, it gave you so many emotions at the time. It's so good. You don't get these shows anymore. They are not making it like this anymore. It's so sad, but at the same time, Primal is unique. That's the most important thing. Anyway, this is where I'm gonna end this. So if you like the video, don't forget to like it. Thank you guys for your attention and everything, and I'll see you next time with the episode 2. Bye!